Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a continuation in my products that are tempting me series. I started this series this year. This is episode 3, and the reason I started it is because I'm currently on a low buy, and like any normal makeup consumer, there's just so many products I feel like that are always tempting me. Maybe you guys don't feel the same way, maybe you do, but there's always products out there that are tempting me. The first month I talked about products tempting me from e.l.f. The second month I talked about Milk makeup, and I'm not doing anything brand specific today. We're going to be talking about foundations on the market that are currently tempting me. For some reason I've been like on a foundation like kick. There's so many different foundations out there that are currently tempting me that I currently want to try. So we're going to be talking about those foundations today. If you guys have tried any of the foundations that I talk about, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Let me know if it's something worth considering picking up, or if you think that like, nope, I should stay away. Just as a disclaimer, I do have dry skin or normal to dry skin, so typically I'm going for a more natural or dewy finish foundation. I typically like to stay away from matte foundations, anything that could be a little bit drying, and I usually like a light to medium coverage. Medium's like perfect for me, but I usually stay away from full coverage foundations because that's just not my personal style, not my personal jam. So if you guys are interested in hearing about foundations that are currently tempting me, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing so before you leave today. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and without further ado, let's get into the foundations that are tempting me. Alright guys, I'm not playing around today. I literally have 12 foundations that are currently tempting me, and I probably could have made this list even longer, so I'll try and breeze through these as quickly as possible. The first foundation is like a cult classic foundation that I just haven't tried yet, and I'm super interested in trying because I don't know if I've even heard anything bad about this foundation ever. It is the Lancome Teint Idole Longwear foundation. Now I know that this is more of a full coverage foundation, so in that realm it wouldn't like necessarily fit my makeup preferences. However, it's always nice to have a full coverage foundation for like special occasions or times that you need it. I don't think this would be like an everyday sort of foundation for me, but I think one of the reasons I'm so tempted by this is just because it's like a cult classic. So you guys will definitely have to let me know if you've tried this foundation and what your thoughts are. But this is one that's been tempting me for like over a year now. The $47 price tag has steered me clear. Next up, this is newer to the market, and this I have almost purchased on multiple occasions. It's the Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation from Laura Mercier. Now I went in store, and this is $48. Oh my gosh, this is $1 more than the Teint Idole. Jeez, foundation is so expensive, and you can get good foundations at the drugstore now, so like but I went in the store and I swatched this to try and figure out my color. And this is it feels super liquidy, super dewy foundation. So that always makes me like a little bit nervous, because there are definitely foundations on the market that I feel like are too dewy, that like super sink into your pores, that make you look greasy even if you're dry, and just look like a straight up hot mess. Two foundations that come to mind that I've tried that do this to me are the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation, which was a super bummer. My sister and I purchased that foundation together, and we always laugh about just our experience with that foundation. We both kind of had similar experiences. I remember one time we were at lunch and I was like, Hannah, like, what'd you end up thinking of that Josie Maran foundation? And she was like, oh my gosh, like, first of all, like my cap broke, or like my lid broke off, so like the pump didn't even work, and it was super, super greasy. And I was like, weird, I had the exact same foundation. I had the exact same experience, to the point where like my pump had broken too. So that was not a fave. So bringing it back to the Laura Mercier foundation, it just makes me like a little bit nervous that it would be that sort of situation, being like a little bit too dewy. So other than that, I am super interested in trying this. All right, next up is actually a sheer foundation. This is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and I think the reason I'm so interested in trying this is $47 too. Ridiculous. The reason that I am interested in trying this is because I'm always on the hunt for like a nice tinted moisturizer or more sheer coverage foundation for days that I'm going to work, especially like as I think about the summertime rolling around the corner. I like a super, super lightweight foundation for work. So interested to see if this would be like that type of situation. I love that it says Sheer Glow. This also like makes me think maybe it would be like a good, like if you're going to the beach but you want like a little bit of coverage. I don't know. The name Sheer Glow just like makes me think of like just like a radiant, beautiful situation on your face, which I like. However, I feel like I've heard mixed reviews on this one, so okay, next up is one that doesn't necessarily, again, fit like my makeup vibes or preferences because it's a matte foundation. It is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation from the Peaches and Cream collection. I feel like I've heard a lot of good reviews on this, but I feel like everyone I've heard good reviews from has more oily skin, but a lot of people have talked about this being like up there in their favorites, so it just always intrigues me, even though I know it says matte foundation, so I may not like it. Now I know sometimes you can mix oils and things or like sheer out a matte foundation to make it look a little bit more glowy. Not that like you always want to have to add something to your foundation, but for some reason this one just really interests me. It has for a while now. It is $36. I don't know that I'll ever actually purchase this. Maybe I'll get like a sample or something, but yeah, this one tempts me. Okay, I lied. I think I have the Tint Idole foundation screenshotted twice, so maybe I only have 11 foundations to talk about, but the next one that I want to talk about is a new foundation to the market. It's the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation. I really dislike the Vanish Stick Foundation. So I'm interested in the liquid foundation, but I don't hate the stick foundation because it's in stick form. There's just something about it that I don't like. I feel like it just looks too drying on my skin. There's just something I do not like about that foundation. It could be that mine's like too much of a light shade and just like I can't ever make it work. So I'm interested in this one. I've heard very mixed feedback on this one as well. However, I do feel like I've seen that it gives more of like a natural leaning dewy finish, which interests me. It's $56 though, so this is one that I feel like I'd want to get a sample before I actually went out and purchased this one. But if you guys have tried this one, I'm very interested. Again, newer to the market, so there aren't as many reviews, and it's not one that I hear like everyone raving about, but since I saw like the teaser for this, this is one that was tempting. Jumping back into like the tinted moisturizer realm, almost purchased this one a number of times too. It is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. $46. This one I feel like I've tried a sample in before and I liked it, which is why I'm interested in buying the full size, but it's been so long since I've tried it that I don't remember what it looks like. I feel like I've heard really good reviews on this one, especially like considering it's a tinted moisturizer. I feel like I've heard good things about it being a tinted moisturizer, so very interested in this. I want to get a good tinted moisturizer for this summer, so if you guys have any good recommendations or if you've tried this one, let a girl know. But that is another one tempting me. This one has been around for a while too, and this is probably, I think, the cheapest on my list of foundations that are tempting me. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I feel like I've heard nothing but good things about this. I feel like this is another kind of like cult classic one, but you don't hear as much about it anymore. I can't remember if I said this, but it's $29. I feel like I've heard that it's more full coverage. I feel like a lot of brides wear this. I feel like I've heard that. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, this one's been tempting me for over a year now as well. I've just never actually gone out and purchased it. I actually just purchased a different Clinique foundation and I was kind of going back and forth between these two. This one's also tempting me. Okay, another one currently tempting me is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. I haven't heard a ton about this. I've heard some things, and I feel like overall it gets pretty good feedback. I also really want to try the Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I know is like a highlight or like a sheer like I don't, you can wear it multiple ways, but I think I've heard that this is more of like a lighter coverage foundation, so it might be a good one to try for the summertime. It's $46, so it's super expensive. I haven't tried a ton from Charlotte Tilbury, so I think that's another reason that it's tempting me. Just like overall looking at what the brand has to offer, this is definitely something that interests me from them, or intrigues me, so you guys will have to let me know. I also have the YSL Touche Cloud All-in-One Glow Foundation. I feel like I just saw someone talk about this and they said it was beautiful. They said that it gave a nice radiant glowy look to the skin, which is something that I'm always looking for, again, especially if I'm thinking more of like a summertime foundation. So I don't know, this one just definitely interests me. I do have the Touche Cloud Radiance Awakening Foundation, which I really like, and I think it gives a nice dewy sort of look to the skin. I really like this one, which I think is another reason that this one interests me, because I already had a good experience with a different foundation from YSL. Therefore, I'm hopeful that I would have another good experience. The All-in-One Glow retails for $48, so again, very expensive, very expensive, but definitely interested in trying that one out. I will repurchase this one when I finish it, but maybe I'd try this one first. Okay, next up is another cult classic, and I don't know if I'll ever try this because the price tag is out of control. It's $70. It's the Kojando Aqua Foundation. $70 freaking dollars, and from what I've heard, this is like almost like sheer coverage, like sheer to light coverage. So like, really, why are you charging $70 for basically a sheer... I'm getting like mad talking about this, so I don't even know why I'm including this, but it's definitely one that's always tempted me because I feel like I've heard nothing but phenomenal reviews on it. But $70 freaking dollars, that's ridiculous. Please let me know if you've tried this and if you think it's worth the price tag. Again, I don't know if I'll ever actually try this, but I have, like, since I began watching YouTube videos, been hearing about this and always been interested. The most I've ever paid for a foundation, I believe, was $64 for the, oh gosh, Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I regretted that because I didn't love it as much as everyone said. I didn't think it was worth the $64. So I don't know that I feel like a foundation would be worth 70 buckarooskies, but it tempts me. And then finally, this is one that I do think I will end up picking up, and I am interested in this because Samantha Ravendall always raves about this, and she is like my spirit animal. I just love her, and anything she recommends, like, I pretty much enjoy. This is the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. Now, this doesn't get the best reviews online, which Samantha has, like, acknowledged when she raves about this foundation, but it always looks really, really good on her skin. Again, I love a glowy foundation. I know that Samantha has said similar things about the Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation that I, like, felt. Like, she said it was just, like, too dewy, so therefore I feel like if this was too dewy, she wouldn't enjoy it. So I don't necessarily worry about it being too dewy, and again, I love a nice, good, healthy glow to the skin. This one's only $42. This is one that I've almost purchased on multiple occasions. That's why I'm saying, like, I think I'll end up purchasing this year, but this is definitely a foundation that is currently and has been tempting me for a while now. But after that, that concludes all of the foundations that are currently tempting me. You guys will have to let me know what foundations on the market are currently tempting you. Let me know, like, your favorite and least favorite foundations too. I always love hearing about that. I think my least favorite foundation might actually be the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation. Ugh, that's another one that, like, is a Josie Maran situation. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do so before you go, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!